Hey guys, SeanB. Today I have a new Giant Abyss Heart team that I saw on Reddit. So big shout out to the original creator of this team on Reddit. I copied the team and it worked flawlessly. It is so incredible because I can watch this team whole day because I don't have to rely on stupid RNG AI. But the better rune you have, the faster the team will be. So you have the Water Down Sim or Cow who will be doing the main damage on the boss to reduce the boss HP down to a certain amount, and then the Wind Homunculus will actually have perfect AI to always use Sharp Wind on the boss. And the team is only possible because of the previous patch that nerfed the boss HP so that a normal unit that doesn't do damage according to enemy max HP can actually kill the boss. So we have Julie who have perfect AI and will so the team will fail if you fail. I mean, not really fail, it might be a bit longer, but the team has a chance to fail if you miss the defense break in the mid boss or the final boss. So you will not have the maximum AoE damage, but it might still work. So of all my run, it has been really perfect. Like the average time is about 35 to 37 seconds. The longer run will be about 40-ish seconds when you don't do enough damage and you have to rely on the Wind Homunculus revive mechanic. But usually, if it works, then it's gonna be 32 seconds. So it's really good. And the unit that I'm using right here are very sort of free-to-play friendly, even though the runes are not very free-to-play friendly. I gotta say, the rune requirement for this team can be quite challenging. So first, let's take a look at the Cow, who is on Rage Blade, and this is probably the most optimal I can get him. Attack, crit damage, and attack. Damage on water, and crit damage over here. If you can sneak in any accuracy for the skill 2, so he is also like a backup defense breaker. But I could not squeeze in any accuracy because there's a speed tuning requirement. You don't just have to hit the damage requirement, you have to hit the speed tuning requirement as well. So Julie is on Fatal. Attack with damage and attack. If I get her on speed, she will not one-shot a crystal. So you want the Julie to do enough damage to kill the crystal. I have additional damage over here and additional damage over here. Why am I not using crit damage? Because Julie will be hitting the target without defense break. So the additional damage by attack is very beneficial for her because she attacked multiple times and this can help her out a lot. But if you have crit damage, then you use crit damage. It is very important for her to be, I think, above 90 bonus speed. I tried 87, 88, and it will cause the speed tick in a certain way that during the mid boss, the Konamiya boost Cow, and then Cow will not get a turn. So you need to get Julie above a certain speed. I'm not exactly sure what is the exact speed, but so far 90 for me is the speed that works. Okay, anything a bit slower doesn't work. So my rune will either get her 87 or 90, and 90 works, but 87 speed doesn't work. Next up, I have the Wind Homunculus, who is on double 5 blade. He doesn't need to do a whole lot of damage, so this guy doesn't need to be on like your best rage build. And he needs to be a bit slow because he might cut in between the Konamiya and the Cow second turn. So it's kind of complicated. So he is a slower build. So he's actually on a slower build so that he doesn't cut in between the turn of the Water Dowsum. We have the Prelia for defense break. So she has to be above 125 speed, if I'm not wrong. And I'm saying this with max tower, okay? If you don't have max speed tower, then you need more speed on all these units. So speed, HP, and accuracy. Actually, I want to have crit damage here, but I don't have the crit damage fight rune just yet. But crit damage is going to be better. And I want her to be 5-star or even lower. I want her to die in the boss stage. When the boss revenge, I want this unit to die. I don't want her to take another turn and wasting attack on the boss, wasting time of the entire team. So if you can have speed, crit damage, and attack, she only need, I think, 55 or 45 accuracy in total. And that's all you need. And we have Konamiya, Unawakened. Very important because there'll be moment where the boss will revenge you before the Garuda, the Konamiya, can boost with this skill. So it will heal if it has the skill 3. So Unawakened is very important. And I have speed, defense, HP, move right after the Cow, and that is pretty much it. So when you build a team, like I mentioned, there'll be certain problem like the mid boss will come between the turn like right this moment. When this guy move, he attack and then you boost with the bird. So if you don't have this particular speed tuning, then the mid boss will come in between and freeze your unit. So you need to have this particular speed tuning. And I realized that to get Julie to do the amount of damage that I need her to do and be that fast is quite challenging. I try to put it on Swift and I lack so much damage. And I think Julie is probably going to be the hardest unit to build on this entire team because of the speed requirement and the damage requirement at the same time. Cow, I think, need to be faster than 65 bonus speed. I think 65 is the minimal speed. I'm not exactly sure. That's why we need like swap the summoner optimizer tool to figure out the speed tick. I'm too lazy. I just copy other people. But it is somewhere in there. I think there is a minimum speed requirement for Cow to be like 65. And for Julie, it's going to be like 90. And for Prilia, it's going to be plus 125, 124. And that should allow the team to function. So the team will work better if the water Dowsim, the water guy, can hit harder. So in this stage, if he use skill 2, he will get the boss low enough for the homunculus to always use skill 3. Like always. If you don't hit out enough, then the homunculus will use skill 2 or skill 1. But then because he can revive and do more damage after that, the team is very, very safe. I think it has failed like once the entire time. Because the Prelia survived and it triggered the boss counter attack, and somehow the boss can attack the homunculus after he has revived. So that is kind of annoying. But other than that, even if I miss defense break, I notice that I don't fail if I'm lucky enough. So far, I have burned more than 1,000 crystal in Giant just farming from the past couple of days. And it is super fast, very consistent. And I love it. I really liked it. It's just that the rune requirement can be quite challenging. 32 seconds is pretty amazing. I think this is equivalent to the Tashar, I think, team. I'm not exactly sure what was the average time of the Tashar team because it can vary quite a fair bit. Sometimes it's really, really fast, like 27 seconds. And sometimes it is quite slow. So the mid boss usually is not a problem. If you can, I think if you can put like extra accuracy bonus rune on your Wind Homunculus, like the accuracy rune that give team-based accuracy, if you can slot in like 1 or 2 and then you put some accuracy in the artifact, then it's gonna be good. And also, your Dowsim have to survive this attack. So the attack will do somewhere between 13,000 to 15,000 damage. You need to survive this. So you need to have some sort of HP and defense on your Dowsim. You cannot just have nothing. Okay? You have to survive that attack because there'll be time where you will need to take that attack head on. So, can you use the Wind Phoenix Teshar to replace Julie to reduce the requirement? Unfortunately, you cannot use Teshar. The Teshar team worked because during the mid boss, the Teshar moved twice. Because during the mid boss, the Teshar would not kill the mid boss. So the normal Teshar team, the Teshar moved twice in the mid boss stage, allowing Teshar to have that skill, AoE skill, in the next wave. If you don't have Teshar moving again in the mid-boss stage, she will not have the AoE skill in wave number 3. But Julie will always have the skill in wave number 3. So that's why I tried using Teshar, but it didn't really work. Unless you have a Teshar that hit hard enough to just kill the mid-boss. But that is like, you might as well just run Julie and put that rune set on the water Dowsim, and that's gonna make your team like super safe anyway. You don't need a Teshar in here, okay? But if you can, someone can figure out a Teshar team because Teshar can have the crit leader skill, which I think is better than the attack leader skill that I'm using right now. The attack leader skill is great, but with the crit rate leader skill, building a team is much easier. The crit rate requirement for like win unit is significantly lower, and you can build more damage because a lot of us have good crit damage rune, but with shitty crit rate. This team, I need to have max crit rate on the water unit. And that is quite a challenge. Like, I have to utilize the best blade rune possible. But so far, the team is absolutely amazing. And let me know in the comment section down below what kind of team you are using. And are you building this team? I know the rune requirement can be quite crazy, but it is an option that you can definitely explore. Thank you so much for the person who created the team. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm sorry if this video was a little bit like down energy because I just had the America Cup 6-hour stream before this, and that was quite tiring, but very fun time. Very fun time.